Let's explore together the curves. If you are on high resolution, the curve icon, or the one that brings the curve region, is just over here. If you are on low resolution, it will look something like this, and you can select the curves. I go back and then I bring in the parade. Now, if you come to custom, you will notice that you have 6 kind of curves that you can use. Hue versus hue, luma versus saturation, and so on. They are very interesting and very powerful to control your colors. You could select the one you want to work with just from here, or click on the buttons here and cycle through, decide which one you want to work with. I'll come back to custom curve. Now within curve, you can control the highlights, that is the top right corner. You can control the shadows, that is the bottom left. And in between here, you will control the midtones. For example, if I click on the point for the highlights and take it down, I will be taking down the highlights. If I go towards the top left, I will be taking up the highlight. So this is down and this is up. By moving the highlights, you notice you did not affect the shadows at all. Now if you click on the shadows and take it to the right, you will be taking down the shadows. If you take it up, you will be taking up the shadows. And notice you affected the shadows without affecting any of the highlights. Now if you come in the middle here and just click, you create a new point. With this new point in the middle, you can control the midtones. So if you take it up or down, you will be controlling the midtones. Notice that you did not affect the shadows or the highlights. If you want to remove this point, all you have to do is to right click on it and it's gone. Now notice that when you take the highlights down or up if you like, and you take the shadows down or up, you are also affecting the midtones. Unless you have a point in the middle, I will reset that, put a point over here, and now you can control the highlights without affecting the midtones, and you can control the shadows without affecting the midtones. I will reset this. Now, why do we use curves if we can do all this work within the primary wheels? That's because of control or precision controls. You can add a point to control, for example, the midtones and take it up. But also you can add more points and adjust the curve the way you would like, and subsequently your colors, so you have much more precision and much more controls over the colors the way you would want to control them. I will reset all this. Now notice here you have a chain link. When it's on, it means all these colors are linked to a single curve. So now we can see only the luma curve, or the white curve if you like. But if you move it, you will also be moving the red, green, blue curves. I will reset that and remove the chain link. By default, it will go to the luma here, the Y. So now when you work on the luma, because the chain link is off, you are only working on the luma curve. And the red, green, blue remain unchanged. You can select the red, for example, and start working on the red alone. That's because the chain link is off. Okay, you can see the red. You can select the green, or because you can see the green over here, you can just click on it and start working. And now you can see the blue, and you can click and start working on the blue and adjusting the colors the way you would like. I will reset all this. Within curves, you should notice that if you select a point and go towards the right bottom corner, this corner over here, you will be taking down the colors. Here in this case, we are taking down the highlights. And it works also for the shadows. If you click and go towards the right bottom corner, you are taking down the shadows, as you can notice from the graph. If you're working with the midtones, going towards the right bottom also will decrease the midtones or take them down. If you go towards the top left corner, you will be increasing or taking up the colors. Here you are. You can see it on the graph. Also for the highlights, you can do the same. And then if you have a midtone, you will be increasing the midtones here. Let's take this one here and this one here. You can see it on the graph now. You are really taking up the midtones. So the right bottom is about decreasing or taking down. The top left is about increasing or taking up. I will reset all this. Now in the next lecture, we'll see about the other options that we have over here and the soft clip. See you then.